Holy shit. What did I just watch?
Welcome to Detroit. Where's my gangsters and all my thugs? Throw them hands up and show some love. And welcome to Detroit City. I said welcome to Detroit City.
What's going on, YouTube? So today I'm going to be reviewing the movie Detroit. Okay? So Detroit is directed by Kathryn Bigelow, who directed The Hurt Locker and Zero Dark 30. Both those films highly received by critics as well as people liked. Going into this movie, you kind of know what you're going to get. She continues that line of very good films here. This film is insanely good. This movie has quite the star-studded cast. It stars John Boyega from Star Wars, Will Poulter from The Revenant, and it also stars Algiers Smith, Jason Mitchell from Straight Outta Compton, Anthony Mackie from all the Captain America films, and Pain and Gain. The pros of this movie. So the pros of this movie are, first of all, the acting. The acting is top-notch. Everyone did a phenomenal job. In fact, Will Poulter, in my opinion, did the best in this movie. He was evil as shit, but man, was he fucking good. When he was on screen, I always felt like I was on the edge of my seat. This movie was insanely good, and it only made it that much better to have his performance in this film. The next pro I want to talk about is the storytelling for this film. The storytelling was really good, and I feel that the fact that the actors were so talented in this film, it really helped bring that story to life. It really helped you feel like you were actually watching this take place, and it wasn't just a movie. I forgot that I was even watching a movie at times. It felt so real. The next pro I want to talk about is the plot to this movie. They decided, instead of going with the Detroit riots, which were big at the time, they took the more dramatic approach, and they made it about the Algiers Motel, which is a really fucked up event that happens during the Detroit riots. Holy shit. Wow, this movie, it was really hard to watch. And that's the next pro I'm getting to. The emotional weight of this movie. This movie, wow. Okay, when you're watching it, so much shit happens that it fucks with you. And if it doesn't fuck with you, you are like, there's something wrong with you. Because this movie, during those scenes that Will Poulter's in, he does some seriously sadistic and racist and fucked up shit. And it really just, it makes you angry at everything he does, but at the same time, it's like you're just drawn in by it. You're like, because you're on the edge of your seat, you're like, oh shit, what's this guy gonna do next? He's unpredictable. So watching that, you're like afraid, like the people in the Algiers Motel, you're like, oh shit, what is this guy gonna do next, you know? And that really changes the tone of this movie, and at the same time, the emotional weight of the movie is still very much there, because you're experiencing firsthand what these people are experiencing. And so you have that emotional weight like they do, where you're just like, you're drained, but at the same time, you know, you feel bad, very bad for the people that he did this to. And you just can't help but feel sorry for them, and you're just like, and you're angry. It just changes your moods really quickly all throughout the film. Now I want to talk about the con to this movie. There's only one con, and the con to this movie for me is that early on in the film, they aimed the movie towards the Detroit riots, which was great and all, but there's certain scenes that they showed of the Detroit riots, which really they should have cut some of those out, and you would have still gotten the same impact that you got with or without them. But that's pretty much my only con with this movie, is that if they had just cut that down, it would have been a little bit better. But other than that, that's my only con for this film. So my overall thoughts on this movie are, the film is great, the acting is top-notch, the film looks very good, the tone, everything is very dark and gritty sort of, and it helps push that emotional weight along, and that's very good for this film. And another thing that I really liked, that for my overall thoughts, is that the film itself takes you out of the fact that you're watching a movie, and it really makes you feel like you're watching a historical event happen before your eyes, and it's crazy. So, for my final verdict on this film, I'm going to give it an A-. I feel it was a very great film, well directed, well acted. This film is great. And I saw on an article that it was apparently not bombing, but flopping. And I was shocked because I was like, this movie is a very sad and hard movie to watch. But at the same time, you're wondering, why is something like this flopping? Maybe it's because of what's going on with current issues, and people just don't want to watch that. But this movie is too good to be neglected. People, you need to go out and see Detroit. It is a very, very good film. And I promise you, it will be a movie you will never forget. It is very good. And also very hard to watch. So, if you are emotional to certain things, or you get easily offended, maybe this might not be the movie for you, but it is a very good film, and I highly recommend you all go see it. Thank you for watching my review for Detroit. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I love you all. Thank you so much.